The Soul Society's hierarchy rests on 4 pillars. These are the great noble families who have helped to shape reality itself. We know of the Kuchiki clan, who are masters of tradition, the Shihoin clan, who command from the shadows, the outspoken Shiba clan, who are turned outcasts, and the corrupted Tsuneyashiro clan, who hold the forbidden history of reality itself. But what if I told you that there is a 5th unnamed noble family that is so mysterious that nobody has even spoken of their name? I found evidence that this unnamed family is intertwined with the darkest realm within the cosmology of Bleach. This unnamed noble family holds the key to understanding hell itself. It seems like there is more to hell than just being a distant realm where sinners are punished. This unnamed family knew of hell as the oldest, most dangerous threat, which had required the creation of an all-new realm just to contain it. So in this video, I'll be explaining everything that there is to know about this unnamed noble family and their link to the realm of hell. Prior to the existence of the Soul Society, reality was basically stagnant, motionless, and going absolutely nowhere. When Hollows had started to devour human souls like popcorn, they disrupted the spiritual ecosystem of reality. But then suddenly, a mythical being called the Soul King had emerged, but at that time he was referred to as Adonais, and he was the universe's cleanup crew. Adonais converted these hollows into reishi dust, and you would think that this would solve the problem. Reality would be allowed to continue since the cause of the stagnation was hollows devouring human souls, but this wasn't the case. Unfortunately, reality was still stuck in stagnation, and this is where the 5 ancestors of the noble families had decided that they had known better than the omnipotent Soul King. Each of the ancestors of the noble families had their own grand vision for fixing reality. The Kuchiki ancestor craved order above everything else. The Shihoin clan ancestor wanted to supercharge the circulation of souls. The Shiba clan ancestor had sought for mercy for the hollows rather than obliteration. And then you have the Tsuneyashiro clan ancestor, who was terrified that the Soul King might use his ridiculously overpowered abilities against them someday. Then you have the 5th ancestor, belonging to the family whose name has been scrubbed from history. This unnamed family ancestor was concerned about something that made everybody else's suggestions look like child's play. While the other ancestors were debating about strategies for managing reality, this unnamed family appeared to be interested in something called the Pit. The unnamed ancestor declared, "We need to bury this nightmare so deep that it never sees daylight again." The pit that he was referring to is in fact the present day realm of hell. This isn't just a place where sinners are sent for punishment, but this is a dangerous realm that had existed even during the primordial world of Bleach. One of the main reasons why the world of the living was created wasn't to balance life and death, it was actually created as the ultimate prison door for the pit of hell. The world of the living served as a lid that was placed upon the pit in order to make sure whatever horrors reside within that pit stay there. The most disturbing part of the plan of the noble ancestors is that the Soul King knew of his fate. Via his almighty ability, he was able to see every possible future, and the Soul King understood exactly what was going to happen to him, and he willingly accepted it. It was only the Shiba clan ancestor who had tried to stop the madness, as he offered himself as a sacrifice instead of the Soul King. His failure to convince the other ancestors is why the Shiba clan exists today as an exiled noble family, and why Ichigo carries the blood of the Shiba family, as its ancestor was the only one who had tried to prevent the original sin. The skeletal gates that decorate the realm of hell are not just spooky decoration pieces. Every time that we've seen them, from the Hollow Shrieker being yanked into the abyss of hell to Xyle Opero being dragged back into hell at the end of the No Beats from Hell one-shot chapter, we quickly learn that these gates have one job. Their responsibility is to make sure that whatever belongs to hell stays in there, and whatever doesn't belong in hell stays out. Hell is a primordial realm as it predates the very concept of death. In chapter 12, after Ichigo defeats the Shrieker, we see the gates of hell emerge for the first time. The gates had formed from the energy which had emitted from the the wounds on the Shrieker. Hell's gates appear to be chained shut, and they are decorated with bandaged skeletal figures on each door, and the arms of both of the skeletons are positioned at an angle where they pull the gates open when it is summoned. On the inside of the gates, there are two thick ropes with charms attached to them which prevent the gates from fully opening. Now behind the gates, we do see a large demonic creature. It appears to be wearing armor on its upper arm, and it wields a blade. Its left arm and face are covered in tattoos which resemble tribal markings as the demon impales Shrieker, thus dragging him into hell with its blade. We see the creature laughing while it does this as the gates of hell close and the entire structure crumbles into nothing like it was never there. When Zal Opero had died, he was thrown into hell. This resulted in him undergoing some physical changes. As his hollow hole had migrated to the outside of his body, he also gained the ability to manipulate chains, and he earned the title Jailer of Hell. It's still a mystery as to why a sinner who is being punished has earned the title of Jailer, as if he is one of the staff working within hell. The Nobodies from Hell one-shot chapter gave us some very disturbing revelations about what happens to dead captains. Souls that pass on in the Soul Society have their Reiatsu reabsorbed by the Soul Society, but unfortunately the reishi of deceased captains is too dense to be reabsorbed. So for this reason, their Reiatsu lingers on, and this is dangerous. In order to combat this, the Shinigami perform what is called a Konsō Reisai 12 years following the death of a captain in battle. Up until Ukitake's Konsō Reisai, the captains of the Gotei 13 and lieutenants had no idea that this is what they were doing, that they were sending their former comrades into hell. When the captains are cast into hell, they gain unique titles, and these usually reflect the status that they had in life. Head Captain Yamamoto's title is Founder of the Gotei 13. Unohana's title is Death Sword. Ukitake's is Kamikake. And it's not just the appearance of Zal Opero that was altered after being sent to hell, as Ukitake appeared to be different, as his Zanpakuto Sogyo no Kotawari was shown to be several times larger than what it was when he was alive. While we all know about the balance of souls that is maintained between the Soul Society and the world of the living, the integrity of the realm of hell has barely been discussed. The pit of hell is maintained by a balance of Reiatsu between it and the Soul Society and the world of the living. According to Zal Opero, the immense Reiatsu of Yhwach and Aizen were naturally holding the jaws of hell shut until both of them had disappeared, with Yhwach becoming the new Soul King and Aizen being imprisoned within Muken. This disappearance of Reiatsu had also coincided with other immensely powerful individuals like Unohana, Yamamoto, and Ukitake being sent to hell. So this had further worsened the imbalance of Reiatsu, because now denizens of hell are able to open the jaw and enter the world of the living from the other side. This is something unprecedented. So it seems like Zal Opero and the hell beast that had accompanied him had entered the world of the living by taking advantage of this Reiatsu imbalance. Similar to Kazui, they were able to use a portal that resembled a circular garganta that was lined with teeth. Strangely enough, Zal Opero was able to leave hell, but he was eventually dragged back in by Ukitake. The one-shot chapter revealed that whatever is being contained within hell is desperately trying to break out. And now that there is an imbalance of Reiatsu, it has become more easier than ever, as the jaws of hell can be opened now from the inside. A sign of this imbalance is when the Konsō Reisai is performed, we see the appearance of phosphoplasm from hell. These are black blobs of non-reishi-like substance, which appear to be floating around the air of the Soul Society where the deceased captain's grave is. These black orbs that float around Ukitake's grave are actual fragments of the atmosphere of hell, which are contaminating the Soul Society like toxic spores. When these globules are cut by a Zanpakuto, they release acidic fluid, and we even see the phosphoplasm in the world of the living when the denizens of hell appear. So now that we've covered all of the key information about the realm of hell, why is it that the unnamed noble family ancestor was the only one who knew that the pit of hell needed covering? The unnamed family was aware of the dangers of hell, and they immediately understood something that the others didn't. It seems like there is something that is contained within that pit that cannot be let out. It does make you wonder what experience this unnamed family has had with the pit of hell. This ancestor wasn't wasn't even proposing a solution. It's like they were confessing that a problem exists and they were secretly trying to manage it all along. The unnamed family ancestor didn't say that we should consider covering this pit, they actually insisted that there must be a lid for the pit of hell. Why is it that one great noble family, so important to the history of the Soul Society, has remained completely unnamed throughout the entire run of Bleach? If you know about Kubo's writing style, then you're aware that this wasn't unintentional. Kubo didn't forget. Their identity was erased purposefully because speaking their name would uncover truths which Kubo is keeping secret from us. Consider Ichibe's powers to delete names and concepts from existence. What if this unnamed noble family's identity wasn't erased as a punishment, but as a protection for this family, who has been tasked with the monumental job of looking after hell? We know that Ichibe serves the will of the ancestors of the 5 great noble families. Within the Can't Fear Unworld light novels, we learn that Ichibe's true goal isn't the protection of the Soul King. It's to maintain the order that the 5 great noble family ancestors had created. Every action Ichibe takes, every name that he erases, every power he seals away serves this original agenda. The unnamed noble family appears to not have just volunteered to guard humanity's oldest nightmare, they've been governing hell itself, setting its rules, determining who gets sent there, and ensuring that sinners face eternal punishment according to their designs. Well, at least this is what I'm theorizing. And then what is up with people who are sent to hell, whether if they are sinners or captains, being given titles? Is the true purpose of this pit not to punish sinners? Is it to recruit powerful individuals? Because everybody who appears to have been sent to hell has been enhanced, transformed, and assigned a specific role. This links back to what the unnamed noble family ancestor was trying to say about the pit, that there is something in there that needs to remain sealed. Whatever you want to call it, a greater evil, a cosmic horror, or even a devil, there is clearly something intelligent that has patience and is capable of corrupting anything that enters its domain, that is lurking within the deepest pits of hell. While the unnamed noble family ancestor believed that they were containing it, and they would have been right since we know that the Soul Society has a history spanning 1,000,000 years, which means that hell has remained sealed for that long too. But now with this imbalance of Reiatsu, the jaws of hell are opening from the inside. Somehow Ichigo and Orihime's son Kazui is linked to this too, as he is able to open portals to hell from the world of the living, as he is inadvertently sending innocent souls to hell, believing that he is sending them to the Soul Society. Then there is this other mystery that Xylopero had left us with before he was dragged back into hell, as he tells Ichigo why is it that hell butterflies have hell in their names. The main purpose of hell butterflies is to assist the Shinigami to travel between the Soul Society and the world of the living. Typically, the Shinigami travel through a Senkaimon, a gate that is used between the two worlds. The butterflies guide the Shinigami through the Senkaimon, saving them the trouble of trying to travel between the realms via the Dangai, which as we've seen within Bleach has its own host of issues. Thanks to the existence of the Koryu and the Kototsu, Xylopero's final words in the one-shot chapter were haunting, as he told Ichigo that hell has always been near them, hinting that the hell butterflies appear to have a connection to the realm that they are named after. It is plausible to assume that this unnamed noble family has a major responsibility tied to hell. What if they've been running the realm from the shadows for over a millennium? Every rule, every punishment, every soul that gets dragged through those gates of hell follows protocols that were established by this unnamed family. Who else would determine what crimes warrant punishment in the pit? Who decides the difference between whether if a soul gets sent to the Soul Society or hell? Maybe the unnamed noble family manages this via the hell butterflies, as we see the hell butterflies when a Shinigami performs a Konsō on an ordinary soul, and we see the hell butterflies appear when a portal to hell opens too. This is demonstrated when Kazui opens that gate to hell and sends that unsuspecting soul through it. The Shinigami may take it for granted that the souls end up exactly where they need to go, believing that there is some form of cosmic justice that is occurring, but I think that the unnamed noble family is responsible for writing those rules, and they enforce them via the hell butterflies. The entities that drag these sinners through the gates of hell, I believe, follow the commandments of this unnamed family. Now, I also think that there are some layers to this. So there's this unnamed noble family, and I still believe that there is a greater evil lurking within the deeper pits of hell, which had inspired this noble family to even consider taking on this responsibility in the first place. This entity is probably responsible for transforming the inhabitants of hell, and it's the unnamed noble family that is trying to counter this and control whatever is going on in the pit. So yeah, this is why I believe that the unnamed noble family made the suggestion to create a lid for the pit, and ever since reality was split into 3 realms, they have been tasked with managing over the realm of hell. I do believe that the upcoming Echoing Jaws of Hell arc won't just reveal the identity of this unnamed noble family, we're also going to find out about this mysterious hidden threat that is lurking within the deeper pits of hell. Even this title, Echoing Jaws of Hell arc, evokes these images of characters from the past returning, as their voices echo from beyond the grave. During Core 1 of the 1000-Year Blood War arc anime, Kubo made a point of introducing us to the original Gotei 13, and he even drew this full-color manga spread. I believe that he had done this for a specific reason. All of these captains existed over 1,000 years ago. Then following the death of Yamamoto and Unohana, none of these 13 captains appear to be alive in the present day. So you can expect to find these captains within the realm of hell, and I think this is why Kubo had introduced us to them. Kubo's protective stance towards his upcoming plans for the Hell arc makes a lot of sense. He's not just introducing us to a new story arc or a realm here, or a bunch of returning and new villains for the characters to punch. He's actually pulling back the curtain on the fundamentals of the Bleach universe. A lot of the theories that I've brought up here are not even stemming from the manga. This is information that he had told to the author of Can't Be Your Own World, Ryogo Narita. All of this could have been included within the Bleach manga but wasn't for one reason or another, and we are seeing hints of this within anime exclusive editions in the 1000-Year Blood War arc. I'm really curious whether if Kubo is going to do even more Hell arc setup within Core 4, as we know that the final part of the 1000-Year Blood War arc anime will have over 57% anime exclusive content. Within that, he can hopefully introduce us to concepts that he'll expand upon when he continues the Bleach manga. Think about every key piece of information that he had revealed within the No Breaths from Hell one-shot chapter. Every unanswered plot point. None of this needed to be introduced, especially during an anniversary chapter. But Kubo did so because I believe he has an intention of returning to the Bleach manga sometime in the future, and I believe that it's hopefully after he finishes his work on the 1000-Year Blood War arc anime as a general supervisor. Now, if this video has hopefully taught you anything, it's that the unnamed noble family appears to have a mystery connection directly to the pit of hell. While you might think that the Hell arc is about returning evil characters that are being cast into hell, I believe that this story arc will perfectly cover the darker truths behind the Soul Society, including the corrupt system that it protects, and how the entirety of reality was founded upon a lie. And nothing backs this theory up more than the fact that the Soul Society has unknowingly been sending its former loyal captains to hell via the Konsō Reisai ritual. We have now reached the point of the video where I want to hand over the discussion to all of you. What are your thoughts about this 5th unnamed noble family? What are your theories behind their ancestors suggesting that the pit of hell needed a seal? How do you think all of this links to the hell butterflies, to Kazui being able to open up portals to hell, to the jaws of hell opening from the inside, to the fact that the Shinigami have been sending captains to hell for years? I'd love to know all of your own personal theories so that we can finally get to the bottom of what Kubo is cooking. Yeah, definitely continue the discussion in the comments, and lastly, thank you for making it to the end of this one, and I cannot wait to see you in my next Bleach video. A massive thank you goes out to all of my amazing Patreon supporters for helping to make this video possible. If you also want to support the channel and see your name in the end of my videos, then check out my Patreon, which has loads of perks like early video access and so much more. Thank you for sticking around till the end of the video, and whatever you contribute will mean a lot to me.